Title: The Séance That Unleashed Malevolence. Once upon a time in a small, quiet town, two siblings, a boy named Ethan and a girl named Olivia, lived with their father, John. Their mother had tragically passed away 2 years prior, leaving a void in their lives that seemed impossible to fill. The pain of their loss was ever present, and they longed for a way to communicate with her one last time. One gloomy evening, as a thunderstorm raged outside, Ethan and Olivia stumbled upon a book in the attic. It was filled with cryptic symbols, incantations, and instructions for contacting the spirit world. The siblings believed this was their chance to speak to their mother once more. Ignoring the warnings within the dusty pages, they decided to perform a seance. In the dimly lit room, they lit candles, drew mystical symbols on the floor, and chanted the incantation. The air grew heavy with anticipation, and suddenly they felt a presence. At first, they believed it was their mother's spirit, but as the room grew colder and darker, they realized something was terribly wrong. Their father, John, burst into the room just as an eerie, malevolent force overtook them. The entity seemed to be drawn to their grief and desperation. Feeding off their vulnerability, John watched in horror as his children writhed in pain, possessed by the sinister being they had unwittingly summoned. Desperate to save his family, John consulted experts in the paranormal, but the malevolent force resisted all attempts to banish it. The once happy household descended into chaos and terror as the entity tormented them day and night, whispering dark secrets and twisting their minds. As the days turned into weeks, the family became prisoners in their own home, trapped in a nightmare of their own making. They realized that they had not summoned their mother's spirit, but had unwittingly unleashed a malevolent force from the depths of the spirit world. Now, their only hope was to find a way to rid themselves of the entity and restore their shattered lives. The house that had once been filled with love and laughter was now a place of unspeakable horror, and the family would stop at nothing to break free from the grip of this malevolent presence. But the road to salvation would be fraught with danger and darkness, and they would have to confront their deepest fears to survive. And so, the siblings and their father embarked on a terrifying journey into the unknown, determined to banish the evil they had unleashed and to bring peace back to their shattered lives. As they delve deeper into the world of the occult, John, Olivia, and Ethan sought the help of a renowned psychic named Isabella. Isabella had experience dealing with malevolent spirits and was their last hope for ridding themselves of the entity that had taken hold of their lives. Isabella arrived at their home, her presence commanding and filled with an air of confidence. She conducted a thorough investigation, using her psychic abilities to communicate with the entity. What she discovered sent shivers down their spines. The malevolent force revealed itself to be a vengeful spirit with a long history of tormenting the living. It had attached itself to the family in a bid to prolong its reign of terror. Isabella explained that the spirit was drawn to the siblings' grief and was feeding off their pain and suffering with determination and a mixture of ancient rituals. Isabella began the arduous process of banishing the malevolent entity. The battle between good and evil played out within the walls of their home, As the family faced horrors beyond their wildest nightmares, nights were the worst. The entity's whispers grew louder. Its apparitions more terrifying, it exploited their vulnerabilities, manipulating their deepest fears and insecurities. But the family clung to the hope that, with Isabella's help, they could emerge victorious. Weeks turned into months, and the struggle intensified. The malevolent spirit fought back with a ferocity that tested the family's resolve. But they had come too far to back down now. One fateful night, during a climactic confrontation, Isabella managed to weaken the spirit's grip just long enough for John, Olivia, and Ethan to channel their love and memories of their late mother. In that moment of unity and strength, they forced the malevolent entity to release its hold on them. With a blinding burst of light, the spirit was banished, and peace descended upon the house once more, exhausted and scarred by their harrowing ordeal. The family knew they had narrowly escaped the clutches of darkness, but they had learned a powerful lesson about the dangers of tampering with the spirit world and the importance of finding healthy ways to cope with grief. They would forever carry the scars of their encounter, a reminder of the perils of summoning forces beyond their control. As time passed, the family slowly began to heal, their bonds stronger than ever. They knew they would never forget the horrors they had faced, but they were determined to move forward with their lives, cherishing the memory of their beloved mother and the lessons they had learned about the true power of love and family. And so, the tale of the siblings and their father, who had unwittingly summoned malevolence into their lives, came to an end, a cautionary tale that would be passed down through the generations as a reminder of the dangers that lurk in the shadows and the strength that can be found in the face of unimaginable darkness.